notation. Any other questions you may have, Ivan?
Okay.
But I want to go over. Did you have questions about something else?
No, it was just like just wondering what we were doing.
Yeah, I try to make it quick, but I feel like there's something I needed to teach you guys. I wanted to try and make today easy. And today I'll try to make it real quick. I'll try to make it quick. Hopefully I can get under 20 minutes once I start teaching. But we'll see. I'm sure you guys like it quicker rather than slower, like me having it done. Oh, by the way, make sure you guys are doing all my check your understandings. I'm going into my role right now, so I don't know if I'm frozen or not. But make sure you guys all do the check your understandings. I'm going to give you zeros if you don't do those. And the tests, you're responsible for those. If you have questions, if you're saying, dude, Sensei, I don't know if I'm missing something, come talk to me after class. Okay, I'm doing roll right now. Michael Enzavino. Sienna Cosillo. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. Sienna Cosillo. Okay, Ivan Fuchs. I know Ivan's here. Irvin Gomez.
Here.
Samantha Herbert Alley.
Here.
Caitlin Hilgenberg.
Here.
Max Judd.
Here.
Viela Lasongon.
Here.
Alex Mendoza.
Here.
Nora Miranda.
Here.
Strummer Montague. Virginia Moraga. Wait, Strummer's here. Strummer, where are you? Virginia Moraga. Clara Nice.
Here.
Sorry, we're doing construction in our house. Giselle Niwa. It's okay, we're just doing roll. Camilo Salcedo.
Here.
Ariana Silva.
Here.
Kimberly Tapia.
Here.
Emily Tran.
Here.
Jade Tran.
Here.
Reggie Vasquez.
Here.
Malia Wilson.
Here.
Sethi Bada.
Here.
Okay, here's who I have absent. I have Michael Anzavino. Okay, Michael's here. Sienna Casillo. Virginia Moraga. And that's it. So Sienna and Virginia are absent. Okay, so again, okay, stop me if you can't see this. Like I said, sometimes I know you guys don't like the board, but the board helps me keep my insanity. We're going to talk about summation notation. And then we have sum of positive integers and sum of squares. So this is basically shortcuts of using summation notation. So again, we already talked about summation notation. I'd like to do a quick review, like just a quick review as to what that means again, because I feel like I did that kind of quick. So you can write this down, or you don't have to because you've already done this before. But let me just do an example here. So we have our summation notation, right? This is summation notation right here, right? This is the first term. This is the last term, right? And then this is the equation we use. So let's say we say 2 times I, okay? And the sum, so this is the first term. So we start with the first term. We're going to end with the fifth term. And this is what we do to the terms, right? We multiply it by 2, where I is the terms. Let's do an example. Let's march this out so that you can see what's going on here. The summation means we add everything. So if I do a table, I to I, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we start with 1. So we do the first term. Then we go 2, 3, 4, and we end at 5. So we're going to do 5 terms. That's what that means, right? We start with 1, we go to 5. Now, this tells me what to do to my term. I multiply it by 2. So I say 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. 5 times 2 is 10. So this tells me to add this. So we got our terms based on our first to our fifth term. This tells me to add our terms. So this is equal to 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10. This is what my, so write it here. Sigma I equals 1 n to 5, 2 times I. This all just equals that together. 2 plus 4 is 6, 12, 20. So this all equals, my complete answer would be 30. That's a nutshell as to what sigma notation means. Give me a nod if you understand what I've been showing you. Okay, cool. Are there any questions? Because I'm going to move on. Because I'm going to move quick today because we already went over that. I'm going to try to finish this in 20 minutes. Okay, so that's sigma notation. I'm going to erase this in 10 seconds unless anyone needs it. Summation notation. Boom, summation notation. This means we add them. So here's an example. First term, last term. This is what we do to the terms, and this means we add them. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to erase this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now, these are shortcuts that we can use for summation notation. Okay, so go ahead and write these down. Sum of positive integers. Let me separate it here. Sum of positive integers is here. Okay, that's sum of positive. Here's the sum of squares. So sum of positive integers. So just write this down and I'll explain it. I'll explain these two and then we'll be done. Sum of positive integers. So just write the summation. It starts at 1. It ends at whatever number it is. And then we have our, this is only when it's I. And I'll explain what that means. Remember we had 2I before? This is only when the number is the number. This is like almost like, you know when something's so easy it's hard to understand? I think it's like that. I'll try to make it I'll explain it in an easy way. But all this, instead of adding all this up, you just go n times n plus 1 divided by 2. Anyway, just write that down and I'll explain it in just a second. Write down what that means. Write it down and I'll explain what it means. You guys know we don't have school on Wednesday? Isn't that crazy? No school on Wednesday? So do something different. Get out of your house. It's going to be cold. I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Isn't that crazy? And it's like hey, I think it's going to be like in the 30s. Hey, Leanne, when's it going to be 30 degrees or something?
So the low is 30-something on Sunday.
On Sunday, the low is going to be 30-something. The high is going to be like 59. It's going to be cold. I'm wearing a t-shirt right now. I have to wear like a, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to explain summation. Okay, so let's do sum of positive integers. Okay, all this means, okay, remember we said we had here, don't write this down. We said here, I, it's 1, we went to 5, we said 2 times I. That means we did our table. This is 2 times I. Don't write this down. We had I, 2I, right? So we plugged in 1 and then we multiplied by 2. 2 was 4, 3 was 6, 4 was 8, and 5 was 10. Now compare that to this one here, where we say, okay, this is what's weird. It's just saying we start with 1, we end with n. Let's end, what should I end with? Let's see, Max, give me a number to end with.
6.
Great, 6. You didn't go too high. I like it. Thank you so much. And then this says I. So this says I multiply 2 times I. This says just you don't do anything to I. I is just I. So if I was to do a table, I, and then becomes I. 1 becomes, it's just 1, right? 2 is 2, 3 is 3, 4 is 4, 5 is 5, 6 is 6. So all this is saying in a complicated way, it's just equal to, if you start from 1 to 6, if it's just I, all this is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. That's all that's saying. All this is saying is, hey, start 1 to 6, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I went up to 7, it'd be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7. If I went up to 100, it'd be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 blah, 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 plus 99 plus 100. That's all this is saying, is just add the numbers up. That's all this is saying. Okay? Okay. Now, let's go with what Max said. Max said go up to 6. So I'm going to erase this. We know that this means this. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. So let's add them up. 3, 6, 10, 15, 21. Am I right? If I add that up, I get 21. Okay? 1 plus 2 plus 3. Am I right? Let's see. 6, 10, 15, 21. I think that's right. Correct me if I'm wrong. What this is saying, instead of adding all these numbers up, I can just use this formula. N times n plus 1, all divided by 2. Where this is my n. Instead of going 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, I just go 6 times 6 plus 1 divided by 2, which is 6 times 7 divided by 2 is 42, divided by 2 is 21. Okay? So you get the same number. Instead of adding them all up, you just plug them into the formula. That's what that's saying. When would that be useful? Well, like I said, let's say instead of this being 6, this was 100, right? Instead of going 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus all the way up to 100, I don't want to do that. I would rather just go 100 times 100 plus 1 divided by 2, which was 100 times 101 divided by 2. Okay? And you can use your calculator to calculate that out. And by the way, you can reduce these. That would be 50 times 101. But whatever. 100 times 101 divided by 2 is 5,050. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 98 plus 99 plus 100 equals 5,050. So that's called the sum of positive integers. Basically, all this tells us is, what's the sum from what number to what number? You just plug it in. What's the sum of 1 to 50? We'll just plug 50 in. 50 times 51 divided by 2. What's the sum of 1 to 35? 35 plus 36 divided by 2. Okay, not if you understand what I just said. Okay, cool. So the other one, and I'll be done with this pretty soon here, is the sum of squares. Okay? So this is saying, right, instead of I, it's going to be I squared. So I'll give you a second to write that down. But if I find the sum of I squared, it'll be n times n plus 1 times 2n plus 1 divided by 6. And I'll walk you through that in just a second. But what that's saying is I square my numbers and then I add them up, basically. I'm gonna erase this in 10 seconds. I'm gonna erase this in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No one needs this? Okay, I'm erasing it. I'm erasing it. Okay, I know you're copying this down, but I'm gonna write it over here so I can do an example. So remember, this was 2i. Let's say I go I equals 1, and instead of n, I need a number to end with. Let's do a small one so I'm not dying here. Oh no. Let's go with Alex Mendoza. Give me a number to end with here. Not too big though.
13.
That's too big, man. You're just toward. Okay, forget. I'm not even gonna ask you. Let's go to 3, because we're squaring them. It's gonna be too big. Get to 13 squared, 169. I don't want to do that. Okay, now it's I squared. Okay, so instead of 2 times I, I'm gonna square my terms, right? So let's go ahead and do, like, what's that gonna look like? So I just go up to 3, I squared. So on my first term, my second term, my third term. Okay, keeping it easy. I could go, maybe I should go to 4. Let me go to 4. Let's go one more up. I'm living risky. Okay, so just so we understand, what am I going to put, Viela? What should I put here? Just want to see if you're with me.
1.
1. Okay, thank you. You're right. Okay, let's go with Malia. What do I put here?
4.
4. Yeah, you're squaring it, right? 9 and 16. Guys, get it? So what this is saying, the sigma says I add them up. 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 16. Okay, so that's going to be 20. It's going to be 30. Am I right? That's 30, right? Now we just went up to 4, so that's no big deal. I just added up to 30. But what this says is instead of adding them all up, finding the numbers, you just go n times n plus 1 times 2n. So we're going to go here. 4 times 4 plus 1 times 2 times 4 plus 1, all divided by 6. And I should get 30. Right? So I just plugged in 4 for where my n was. And then 4 times, so 4 plus 1 is 5. 4 times 5 times 8, 9, divided by 6. Okay. Can you guys with me? Nod if you're with me. I just need to see heads nodding. Okay, cool. So 20 times, let's see, 20 times 9. We can also reduce this, but 20 times 9 is 180 divided by 6 actually would be 30. And so so why is that useful? What if this ended up being like 50, or even what Alex said, even 13, right? We went up to 13. That'd be like, oh my gosh, then we got to go add all those up, right? Well, then you just go 13 plus 1 times 2 times 13 plus 1 divided by 6, and you'll get your answer. That's it. Are there any questions? Okay. Remember, make sure you're caught up in all your gradebook stuff. Your assignments are due today. You guys know, do you guys need me to go what's due? I think there's only 2 assignments. I'll show you if you know what to turn in, good. If you're good with your gradebook, good. I will dismiss you. If you need to see the assignments, I'll show you after class. If you have any other questions, you can stay after class. Seth's already going. See you later, Seth. All right, Ivan, see ya. Adios. I don't know what that means. Is that Spanish? Giselle, see you tomorrow. Or no, Monday. Emily, Reggie, Clara, Samantha, Malia, bye. Camilo, Caitlin, see you later. Michael, see you later. Alex, bye. Viela, thanks for coming. Irvin, bye, Jade. Okay. All right. Bye, Ariana. All right. Strummer and Max. Max, you have a question?
Yeah, what are we supposed to turn in?
Oh, yeah, no problem. I'll show you. Let me just present. It's all, you know where to look on my, well, I'll show you.
Yeah, I know what assignments, but what are the check for understandings?
Oh, well, it's all on again, that is also on my weekly agenda. Do you look? You know where my weekly agenda is, right? Or no?
Yeah, I understand now.
Okay, so I'm just going to look at the weekly agenda to show you because it'll be easier to see. I think we have 6.5 and 7.1 due. Weekly agenda. So this week, check your understanding 6.5. I should put 6.5 here. And check your understanding 7.1. I guess I should put the numbers there. That'd probably make it more clear.
Yeah,
And then
thank you.
did you see last week's too? Do you know
Yeah.
those? 6.4, 6.3, 6.1, 6.3, 6.4.
I didn't know that the check your understandings is the same as the assignment.
Well, they're different. You mean, I'm not sure I understand what you said.
I get it now.
Okay.
Like what I have to turn in.
All right, cool then. Good. I'm glad you
thank you.
checked. Have a good weekend.
You too.
All right, man. Stromer, what's your question?
Is there a homework assignment for today? Or
Yeah, it was well, I kind of gave it yesterday.
so we're
Let's
just
go
doing the
back
same
to-
thing that we did yesterday, or is there more questions
Look,
added?
look how I set it up. Page 362, 3 through 29 odd was
Oh, I see.
yesterday's,
And then
but I
31
also taught you everything for today was page 362, 31 through 55 odd. It's the same section.
Okay.
But some people might have finished this yesterday. But if you didn't, you have to do that.
All right. And then that's all due probably what, around 3:30?
This won't be due until you can do that next week, I should have said.
Okay.
I won't collect that till next week.
Okay.
I should have mentioned that. Anyway. Oh well.
Have a
You're
good
helping
weekend.
you're helping me become a better teacher, Stromer. You have a good weekend too, Stromer.
I try, Sensei.
All right,
Have a good
man.
one.
Stay warm. Okay. See ya. Bye.